What is going on, everybody? Good Saturday morning. It is your boy, the Bad Diggity Dizzle, back with another New York Giants video. And of course, what else will we be talking about except for this whole Deandre Baker saga? His lawyers come out, said he's innocent, and of course, Quentin Dunbar has been exonerated of all charges, I believe. So, really, even if Deandre Baker is, proclaimed innocent, what does this mean for the New York Giants? I had a lot of guys in the live stream asking me, hey, Deandre Baker's innocent. Is he going to be a Giant? Are the Giants going to release him? What are the Giants going to do? And again, I believe it. You just have to see what all details of the case are, exactly what happened, what went on. How much of this was he really involved in? How much of it was a complete lie and everything else. To me, Deandre Baker needs to get his head out of his you-know-where, okay? Because it doesn't really matter. This guy's putting himself in bad situations regardless of whether he's innocent or not. I mean, he's put himself in a bad situation. He hasn't been there for the virtual meetings or any of this other stuff, the voluntary meetings. He hasn't been to one of them. This is a guy, again, last year that fell asleep in meetings. This is a guy that didn't know the playbook by week 11. He's obviously extremely lazy and does not seem to be a team-oriented guy. Giants, I don't know what the Giants can do. People are talking about how they blaming Dave Gettleman for this. They should have known and all this. Man, how can a GM know that a guy's going to go out and be, accused of armed robbery? I understand supposedly there was red flags about this guy's personality and everything else. He had the incident before the Sugar Bowl against Texas and all this other stuff. I get it. Okay, maybe they should have done a little bit better background check. I think this is the one time where Gettleman said, I'm just going to go with the talent, and maybe we can fix his personality. And again, he's young. I'm not going to sit here and say Deandre Baker can't change. The kid, he's a kid, all right? He's 22, 23 years old. I mean, listen, I was 23 years old once. I didn't do the smartest things either. No, I wasn't ever accused of armed robbery, but I didn't do the smart things either. So, Deandre Baker's a very talented cornerback. And this is a guy that I was very excited when the Giants drafted him. I wanted them to get Deandre Baker. Deandre Baker was a mid-first round talent, probably the best cornerback in the league. I still think that this guy can play, but again, in between the years, man, this is something that's overlooked a lot. So hopefully Deandre Baker just learns from hopefully he is exonerated of all charges. He had nothing to do with it. They can move forward with Deandre Baker, and the guy learns from this. It's one. We all make mistakes. We're human. We do dumb things, especially when we're young. You got a lot of money. You get that God complex. Oh, I can't be touched. I'm untouchable. All this stuff. Hopefully something like this scares you into the point where you're like, you know what? I better get myself together because next time, I may not get off on this. And again, he may not get off. I really don't know what the deal is with this. His lawyer is saying he is innocent. There's a lot of things saying that he didn't commit this crime, which I'm hopeful that he didn't. And like I said, I'm hopeful that the Giants and him can come to some sort of agreement and say, listen, they sit him down and they say, listen, you got to get yourself together. You got to go to these meetings. You got to want to be a better football player. Stop thinking about yourself and think about the team, So hopefully, again, this is only a second year. I expected him to take a big step up. He's obviously got the talent, but again, talent only goes so far. If you're not willing to work, I don't care how talented you are. When you get to the level of the NFL, you have to put in a ton of work. You have to work even harder when you get to this level. It's one thing to get to the NFL. It's another thing to stay in the NFL and be a productive NFL player. It's not easy, so he's got to get it together. I hope that he's innocent. I had a lot of people, like I said last night, telling me, hey, his lawyer's proclaiming his innocence, and I hope he is. I hope that he is exonerated of the charges. I don't want to see anything bad happen to this guy. He's a Giant. You know what I mean? I want the Giants to be good, and I want Deandre Baker to be part of that. So I'm hopeful that, like I said, everything works out. I'm hopeful that he straightens himself out, doesn't do this dumb stuff anymore, and decides, you know what? Maybe I have to do better. I got to be a better teammate. I got to go to these virtual meetings. I have to try harder. I have to work harder. I mean, to me, it's funny because you would think these guys have such this competitive nature. And in order to get to that level, you got to be extremely competitive. But it seems like some guys get to this level and they get that payoff, and then it's like they just stop working. So hopefully he doesn't. You know, a guy like me, I'd want to be the best at no matter what level I am. That's just my competitive nature. But again, this is why I love sports. And I think part of the reason I love sports and I'm so passionate is because I am such a competitive guy when it comes to everything, which is probably why I like Michael Jordan so much, even though I hate him when he was beating the Knicks. But watching all this stuff back and always getting in that argument, which is another video. I'd probably do a video on Michael Jordan because I'm getting all this stuff about Jordan and LeBron. I may just do something completely different and do a Michael Jordan, LeBron James type of video. But those are the guys that I like. The guys with the killer instincts, the guys that the drive to win, which is why, even though people kill me for liking Tom Brady, Baddog, I didn't like Tom Brady because of his drive and his determination to win. I like those players. I want those players on my team, the ones that are driven to win at all costs. That's the guys I want. Those are the guys I want to go to war with. Those are the guys I want to be in a foxhole with. The guys that are willing to work their ass off to get a W. So hopefully, like I said, Deandre Baker's innocent and we can move forward. And he becomes a better Giant, he becomes a better player, and he becomes a better person. This is all we can hope for. Anyway, we'll follow it as the story goes along. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday. It's the Bad Diggity Dizzle, and I am gone. Peace!